Hello everyone, my name is Annette and you might know me on social media as Nettersplays. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about Koi Pond. It's a koi card game by Daniel Solis, and also it plays 2 to 4 players and it takes about 20 or 30 minutes to play. So let's get to it and let's talk about it. Now imagine yourself going out to a lake and you find a vast variety of different types of koi fish. And you have this idea where you want to display these fish in your house, and not just that, but in your pond. So the only thing is, you can only take up to 3 fish. Now, when you take these 3 fish, you have to decide which one's going to be placed in your house, which one will be placed in your pond, and which one you're going to eventually set free in the river. Not only that, but there's pesky animals out to get these fish, like the house cat, the crane, or the river turtle. So you're going to have to find a balance between what's displayed in your house, what's displayed in your pond, and also you'll get ribbons based on what you've set free. So who's going to have the best koi pond in the village? There's only one person that can win this fine award. So koi pond plays in 3 rounds. In the first round, you're going to take turns with the other players by collecting koi fish or drawing cards one at a time from the deck. Now there are koi fish with different colors, red, blue, yellow, and white, and a variety of different numbers, 1 through 3. Now once you attain a hand of 3 cards, you're going to have to decide to keep them in your house, which is in your hand, or place it in front of you in your pond, or to discard it and put it on the right side as a river card. Now you're eventually going to have to decide that, and you're going to decide by placing the pond cards face down and the river cards face down and keeping this in hand. Once everyone decides simultaneously, you will all flip the cards in your pond and your river. The house cards are for your eyes only. And then you're going to go ahead and place the start card to the player to your left, and then you'll do this again. You'll do this for a total of 6 times, and then eventually you'll have 6 cards in your hand, 6 cards in your pond, and then 6 cards in your river. Hidden in the deck of cards are also these creatures like the river turtle, the crane, and the house cat. Now if you play any of these cards in your pond, they're going to feed on the fish of your neighbors. For example, if you play this blue house cat in your pond, then it will feed on blue fish in your neighbor's house. If you place a crane, white crane, in your pond, it's going to feed on the white fish of your neighbors. And the same thing goes for the turtle. Whatever color it is, it's going to feed on the river fish of that particular color. Now also there are going to be hybrid fish in the pond, which you can see here there are multiple colors. If you place this hybrid fish in your pond, you're going to have to decide once it's flipped over what color it is instantly. If you have them either in your house or your river, in the end of the round you're going to decide what it will be, not instantly but at the end of the round. Once you've collected 6 cards in your pond and 6 cards in your river and 6 cards in your hand, now it's time for scoring. You're going to score according to what round it is and how many players there are, whether you're going to be feeding off the player to your left, right, or directly across from you. Now, for example, in this 3-player game, I'm going to start by scoring or feeding off of the fish on their pond or their river or their house. So first, before we do that, we're going to compare what's in hand. Now I'm going to compare what is in my hand or my house with the pond. So here I'm going to go ahead and see that I have 3 white fish, and I also have 3 white fish in my pond. So then I will get a total of 3 points. I will also go ahead and see that I have 4 red fish, and I only have 2 red fish in here. So I score the lesser of the 2. So I only scored 2 points for that. I also am going to make this a yellow fish. And I'm going to decide to score it with this yellow pawn card. That's 1 point. And then I have 1 blue fish, and then this one I decided to make it blue. So I have 4 in my pond, but only 1 in my house. So I only score 1 point for that. I didn't balance it so well. I have a crane left over in my house. The cranes or animals don't do anything if they're in your house. If it's in your pond, that's when it's activated. So this crane is going to feed on those blue fish of my neighbors. So I will actually get 2 more points because of that. And then that is the total of my scoring. And not only that, once we've added our score up, we also will gain these ribbons. So we'll figure out who has the most yellow cards in the river, most blue cards, most red, and most white. Whoever has the most yellow will gain a ribbon. If you attain more than 2 of a color, you get 4 points at the end of the game. If you gain 3 yellow ribbons at the end of the game, you gain 9 points. So that's a lot. If you gain 1 ribbon of a certain color, you only gain 1. And so you get it for all 4 colors in your river. And that's the scoring. You go ahead and you end this round by adding the points, and then all these river cards will go upstream into the lake or downstream into the lake. And so all these cards will become available in the lake. And instead, in round 2, instead of just drawing from the draw deck, you'll also be able to draw from these lake or fish cards. Let me give you my final thoughts of Koi Pond. I can tell you instantly that I fell in love with the artwork on it. It has that old classic Chinese brush stroke and also a contemporary watercolor kind of graffiti look to it. I really enjoyed that. And not only that, the game flow fits really well with the theme. It's really easy to teach this game to non-gamers or experienced gamers. It's really easy to teach because of the theme, how it ties in so well with the game mechanics. Not just that, but the first round is always a learning round, and then after that, the second and third round just flows so well. And it really leaves an impact to new gamers who try this out. They instantly want to try this again. Not only that, with Koi Pond, it's very action-reaction type of game, which is tactical, but it has a certain strategy that you're working towards. So it's not just push your luck, see what's going on type of game, but it's also a game where you're strategically trying to set yourself up and balance between your house and your pond. So you're working on your own thing, but you're also keeping an eye on what your neighbors are doing, because you want to feed on those cards as well. So it's very competitive, a little bit on the analysis paralysis, but not really. And it's just an easy game to teach. I just love it for that reason alone. This game artwork and the game itself was designed by Daniel Solis, and he did a really great job with this. And I would suggest this game for almost anyone. I think that it offers a lot of game in this small little deck of cards, and it's beautiful to the eye. If you're playing this on the table, you're going to have people walking around looking and seeing what you're doing because it's really appealing. So in conclusion, I would tell you that this game is probably like a must-have. You should check this game out. It's not that expensive, and you can find it down below. I'll leave a link on the of the website where you can find it. It's drivethroughcards.com, and they'll print this game for you and send it off to you. It's not something you could find in the stores, but you check out this website and they'll actually print it and send it to you. So take a look at Koi Pond if you like card games with a little bit of strategy and tactics as well with great artwork. So thanks.